Alright, let's see if this works again. I apologize for that. For some reason, the internet just decided, hey, no, we don't want to do anything right now. We just want to stop and stare at nothing. So I apologize, and I really don't even remember what the hell I was even talking about. Something to do with the Tale of the Lost Narrator, apparently. Something to do with Ink Dye. I don't know. But, so, I am so sorry, guys. I didn't mean to do that. But, that's my internet. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back to you too. So, I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about. Dear. Yeah, if you're fuck. Shin. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Jesus Christ. How was how was your day? My day was pretty same old, like literally. Saw a new movie. Saw The Dirt, which is that it's like the origins of Motley Crue. I found it hilarious, fun, and just a good movie, but not for kids. Not for kids at all. Very, very sexual. I am just trying to prepare for the night. That's all I'm doing. Just talking to you guys, too. I think you were talking about Lost Boat reading on her OC's backstory. Well, oh yeah, that's right. I was talking about the theory. In part one, fate turns out to be like a supernatural being, like something that controls you. So in the case of Curse Word, I feel like that was the big thing. Like that was the thing that was controlling her and like challenging her. And in the end, when she basically is put to the edge of where either one die without Mag or die or two die without Mag, and continue fighting something that you can't win apparently. So basically of that, just that was enough because it shows that. I mean, I don't like how she ended it because I don't know. It was a little bit of a rushed ending. What do I call those? Hang on. It's when you take it's when you take an ending and you rush it way, way, way too fast. Like I feel like it was just too rushed. A cop out ending. That was the word. I feel like it's a cop out ending in my opinion because the fact that she's on the edge of death. There are so many ways that this could have been written much much better with Ink Dice still losing, and you know, and just having it happy be a happy ending. But then again, it's Grimdark, so you never know what's gonna happen with Grimdark. I saw someone said something. Can I tap the screen? No. Okay, screw you then. Sorry. I think it said something like, "Am I gonna do more readings?" or something like that. Let me explain now that I have full live streaming. Let me explain exactly what this new thing called Sparrow Reads is, which will come into effect on May 11th. Excuse me. Um, trying to think here. Shit. Fuck. Damn it. Sorry, my my seizures are getting to me a little bit, so I need to just I have a hard time concentrating a little bit. Are you going to be doing many readings in the future? Oh yeah, I was talking about the Sparrow Reads. Okay, let me explain what Sparrow Reads is. Sparrow Reads is like if I take God, I gotta be careful. This unnamed book right here and just went like this into a microphone. Mercy and torment. Now where's my sword? Its sheath and blade are red, and what cell is the shelf in? That's literally it, guys. This is what I'm talking about. Now there are some like interludes, if you can call them that. Like at the beginning, there's a little bit of music to kind of just give you an idea of what kind of story you're going into, and a little bit more of a darker tone at the end. Uh, hey Ben, what's up? Man, I have school on Monday. I don't, not yet. I don't think I'll ever have it again, but. But basically, you know, I don't know what to go for here. Fuck dick. Damn it. Sorry, my seizures are really going off right now. Oh, I don't have school till Wednesday. This is technically kind of a Q&A, so just shoot them at me, guys. Okay, there we go. But basically what I'm doing is I'm just kind of expanding a little bit with my narration. Like, rather than doing a dramatic reading, which would include, like, sound effects and, like, music. Music, sound effects, voice acting, all that shit. This only has simplistic narration, because I want to be a narrator, so I need to learn how to be a narrator. And so far, it's helping massively. I have 2 parts uploaded. That basically each go over an hour long. So when you listen to these, you better be having a few hours on your hands. I'm still kind of debating whether or not I want to make them, what do you call them? Premieres. I feel like I should, because I feel like that would give a lot of people a lot more, variety. Are you going to do any reviews on the Are you going to do any reviews on the MLP Series IC? What? Certain episodes on the certain seasons? Really? Oh, sounds like a good idea. Around some week. See, like. So basically, you're saying, am I going to do, like, reviews on the, like, the things, the seasons? Sorry, I cannot think right now. So, well, let's see. God damn it. Sorry, guys, my brain's like dead right now. I would be opening to do. I'd be open for, like, series reviews, but it's not really my thing at the same time. Like, I can say episode 8. Damn it, Thomas. Why? Is basically it was a good series. It started out very, very rough. Like, it had a rough start. It's not like season 7 that started off, like, very good, and had a huge success rate all the way up until God, the one to do with pies, Secrets and Pies. That episode can just burn in hell. No one likes it. But season 8 started out rough, but in the end, it really, really pulled off a lot that needed to be pulled off in order for it to be good. And it was good. Very, very good. Let's see. Sorry, my brain is, like, going from one subject to the next, guys. It's really hard for me to concentrate. But did I watch the new movie Mighty Pups? Never heard of it. Yet. Did anyone watch today's Equestria Girls Spring Breakdown? Special Spring Breakdown. Fuck. I can read. I swear I can read. I had heard about that. But I'm not necessarily a fan of the shorts. Oops. So can Yakety Sax. I hate that episode with a burning passion. I actually liked that episode. I thought it was decent. I didn't think it was terrible by any means. I thought it was actually a really fun episode. I mean, you just gotta kind of look at it as not serious, and you just gotta look at it like something that was just made kind of to make a kid laugh. I mean, sure, Pinky's a little out of character, but that's Pinky. So, also, I saw someone. Who was that? Devil Dog Leader. Hello. Hello. Hello, Clarice. Sorry. So, the best season, in my opinion, so far, that is a tie. That is a tie between season 7 and season 4. Season 5 was even good. I could add that one to the list. But that season 4 finale was just enough to kind of just say, best freaking episode ever. I mean, that's the one that basically made me drop all. That's the one that basically made me, that's the one that made. Bleh. That's the one that we basically. I hate Oh, I hate that. I hated that one too. That one was a bad, bad, bad one. But then again, in the end, it's kind of something that Spike needed to learn. Like sure, he was born from an egg. Sure, that born was birthed from a mother of some sort out somewhere in the dragon fields or whatever, Dragonlands. Bad Sparrow. Um, but the thing the the moral of the episode is basically don't look far because your family is the people that love you the most. Like your family could be like right there in front of your face, and even though they're not of the same blood, they're still your family. I mean, Twilight hatched them for crying out loud. And I'm sorry, but that scene where basically she gets heartbroken because of Spike, well, not because of him, because of his naivety, that hurt. Youch. But season 4 finale, definitely my favorite so far. Uh, the season 7 finale was. I gotta think here. I believe that was the Pillars. Yeah, that was the Pillars. 8 was the school days. Season 8 was definitely the most frustrating of the ones. Like as far as like getting on my nerves. Yeah, between freaking what's his name? Chancellor Naysay and what's his name? Shit. Fuck. Um, creature. Hang on, I gotta think. Okay, Mr. Creatures, that guy. Fuck. What's his name? Chancellor Naysay. Jesus, fucking dick. So, Chancellor Naysay and, what's her name? Yikes. Cozy Glow. Those two, those were the bane of my existence the entire time in that freaking season finale. I'm like, oh my god. I don't know which one's more. I don't know who I hate more. I don't know who I hate more. I mean, it was obvious that Cozy Glow was going to be the bad guy. First time we saw her in, what was the episode? Hang on. That would have been, shit, something to do with marks. I know that for a fact because it's a Key Marker Shader episode. God, I can't remember. Marks for Effort? Yeah. Ever since Marks for Effort, we knew. We knew something was up. We knew something was up. She wasn't necessarily mean, she was just very clever. Even it's referenced in the scene where basically the main six confront what's his face, Tyrek, and he does the "Hello, Clarice," that thing. Or that's not the line. Let me try that one more time. The line that he speaks is I always get it wrong. I ate his liver with a side of flava beans, I think that's what they were called. But it's basically a line from The Silence of the Lambs that Hannibal Lecter says. But basically, yeah, that was referenced. He just does it with magic, and it sounded so. I'm like, oh, that's an easy reference. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I love when cartoons include dark stuff like that. I mean, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic was very, very reluctant on what it wanted to do, but then once season, I think here, I believe it was season 2. When season 2 hit, I believe is when they finally decided to kind of go outside of just a kids show, because the fandom was fucking huge and they knew it. I wonder if King Samba. I'm not saying anything. I've been spoiled. I have been spoiled. A little bit. I've only been spoiled on 2 things. Basically, what's going to happen in the very first episode, and I don't know when the other one's going to happen, but I have been spoiled. So, I'll keep it as a surprise, Devil Dog. What is my favorite MLP ship? I think that's what that said. It like fades out on my screen, guys. I can't keep up with it. My favorite MLP ship, if that's what that says, is Twidash, because if you look like right there, that's Rainbow Dash right there, and that's Twilight right there. They're nuzzling. That's my ship. But there are a few others that I do like. Iron Will, who has an awesome character, was an awesome character. He's not. He's not. Was an awesome character. He's still a character. I'm a pony girl in a pony world. Oh my god, that's a long question. Sparrow, I have a question. Last year I was listening to your reading of Reborn, and I heard some torture screams, and I was wondering where you got those audio samples. Running out of room. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Is it like in chapter 5 when basically Scootaloo has to is like just after basically Absentia confronts her and tells her, you're being a bitch. You're letting her take control of you, that kind of thing. And then she goes to the bathroom, sees herself as Rainbow Dash in the mirror, and then basically after that she starts hearing like screams in the back, and like that aren't even there, but they're actually there in her head, that are supposed to be Orion screams. Is that the language you're talking about? Because if so, that is a sound effect. Because back then when I wrote that, I didn't have any sound. I didn't have any voice actors. It was just me. Well, that and Twidash for the win, because that's kind of funny. Twidash for the win because she played Rainbow Dash, and even though she says she did a horrible job, I disagree 100%. She did a fantastic job. I need to actually close my blinds. Be right back. I'm right here. Okay, that was fun. But is that the sound effects that you're talking about? Because if that's the case, that is a sound effect. I actually don't remember where I got it from. I think I got it from like a... Why is it not showing it? Oh, there it is. Where he barely appears. Because I'm planning on starting a brutal death metal band. Interesting. I didn't even have to read the description to know that you voiced Absentia. Yeah. I mean, literally, Absentia was just... It was just kind of this kind of thing pitched up a little bit. Like, literally, that was her voice. Because Absentia was meant to be she was meant to be the character that's kind of like the sidekick, the one that knows everything. She was meant to be that kind of character, but she was also meant to be a character that was... How do I explain this? She was meant to be a character that was the one that wanted... That you didn't expect her to be who she was. Like, you're expecting the factory workers to be like killers. But literally, she wants out. And basically, Scootaloo helps her out. Not in a very, friendly way, but hey. I wish he appeared more. He appeared... Iron Will appeared twice in Season 8? No, it was Season 7. He appeared in Season 7 and Season 8 for like 1 second. But yeah, Iron Will is a character that I don't mind him. I know he's a scam artist, but that's literally it. He's just kind of a fun character. No refunds! I mean, nothing gets me more than when... Oh, this is going to be sad. When King Mars, who is now deceased, rest in peace, when he voiced him for Wooten's reading of The Last Son of Dublin, whatever the fuck it is. Once Upon a Zeppelin, I think the episode name was. Yeah, that's one where he played like a main role. And I'll be honest, the voice that was coming out of the thing, I did not think that was Iron Will. But then he appears, I'm like, duh. But yeah, that's basically... I want to see at least Babs make a return in Season 9. Who was else? Oh yeah, Ra. Or basically who AJ is shipped the hell with. And it works. I do like that ship. It's cute. God, AJ freaking ships that shit like crazy. But yeah, I have been trying to just stay unspoiled for Season 9. I've seen 2 spoilers, and I think they're the 2 biggest spoilers so far. But I'm looking forward to watching it with my friends on, when is it coming out? April 7th, April 6th, something like that. Can't wait to see it. even though it's the last season, all things have to come to an end. And if they come out on April Fool's Day and basically say, "Oh, we're just kidding. It's not the last season," I doubt they are, but that'd be hilarious. It'd kind of be ragey too. Does anybody have any more questions? You can ask anything except, stuff to do with like, whatever you call it, personal stuff. I could barely help. I could barely stand her helper. Oh, Svengala, that's his name. Yeah, he qualifies as one of the most hated characters. My most hated character at the moment is definitely Neisei because that sucker is just ooh, I hate him. Even though he turned out to be the good guy, well, sorta, at the end of season 8. It wasn't enough for me to say, fuck you. No one believes in words you're saying. He had lines in my favorite episode of MLP. I forgot the name of it, but it was the episode Fluttershy started becoming too assertive, took too far. Putting your hoof down. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one where basically he turns Fluttershy too aggressive. But basically that aggressiveness has stuck with her ever since. Like, the most surprising thing about season... Oh god, what was it? That was the parent season. So that would have been season 7. Basically, when she pulled that stuff against her brother, oh god. Zephyr, yeah, is that his name? Zephyr or something? So Zephyr Breeze, that was his name. Zephyr, basically, yeah, when she pulled that shit against him, I'm like, whoa, okay, what have you done to who are you? Who are you and what have you done with Fluttershy? That actually shocked the crap out of me. It's better to end MLP than go running it and making it go stale. Yeah, just like The Simpsons. The ones I hate the most are the Flim Flam brothers and Chancellor Neisei. I hate Neisei. Neisei would definitely be number 1. Svengallop would be number 2. The Flim Flam brothers, yeah, they could be considered number 3. And then number 4, I hate to say it, Discord. I do not like Discord's character at all. I don't. Almost every freaking episode I see him and I'm like, here we go again. Like, his worst performance has definitely been well, there's two episodes that he's been in that are just, oh my god, they're beyond terrible. Like, the first one was what about Discord, which is the one where basically Twilight spends the weekend inside and basically comes out and he says, "Oh, you missed what we did in the weekend," and just throws it in her face. What is the point of this episode? It doesn't make any sense. Like, that was the biggest thing that I hated the most. Then there's episode I think 12 or 13 of season 8, which was A Matter of Principles, and don't even get me started on how mad I was at the end of that. I was so pissed off at Discord. I loved when the funnest scene was when Starlight freaking Kamehameha him off the freaking school grounds, but then he came back as a ghost. I don't know why my chat thing isn't going down. Flim and Flam I also hate. To be honest, I'd rather see someone else in the season 6 finale other than Discord. He did a good job in Discord. He did a good job in Discord. What? Well, that would seem to be something you do. He did a good job in that whatever finale. He did a good job in that, but because he was like the comedy relief. But I really am hoping that in season 9 they don't reform Chrysalis, because I don't want to say Chrysalis reformed. I hate it. I hate even had them coming up with that idea. Like, I hope she goes out like Zira from the Lion King Simba's Pride style. Like, she just goes out saying that creepy never, like that. Starlight is OP. She is, but I've really come to like her character. Ever since season 5, her character has developed correctly. Like, she's not just this perfect student. That's why a lot of people hate the episode. Hang on, I gotta think. Every little thing she does. Everybody hates that episode. Not me. I don't hate that episode. Excuse me. Hello, eight flame. By the way, why are you not scrolling? Basically, the thing. But basically, the reason why I don't hate that episode is because it's like any student that has, that's the protege or like the teacher's pet. You're trying to do your best, and sometimes in doing your best, you make mistakes, which is totally normal. If you make mistakes, you're only normal. You're human. Which, or in this case, Pony. Which, in the case of My Little Pony, they act like us, humans. So, I think it's normal for her to have an episode. I think it's good for her to have an episode where she actually does make a mistake or tries to do stupid shit, and she's learned from it because she uses magic more sparingly now for the right reasons. I'm gonna be really mad if that happens. I hope she gets put in Tartarus. Oh my god. I didn't want Tempest to be reformed either, but friendship is magic. Tempest? Okay, here's the thing with Tempest. Tempest truly was never a villain. She really never was a villain. She was more a misunderstood character being led on by a false figure. Like he promised her power. He promised her her horn back. This was basically Discord and Tyrek season 4. Honestly, it was. It was the same exact thing. But and I saw it coming in the movie. But Tempest really was never a villain. She had a sense of still being a pony, but she wasn't full on evil. Like she wasn't trying to, kill Twilight. She wasn't trying to, like she was just after what she wanted. She was lost and she was just very, confused. So she was more a misunderstood character than she was a villain. She was just doing something because she was being led on by something she couldn't resist, and the Storm King knew it. He knew that he could lure her in. What is your favorite MLP episode and why? That's easy. That would be The Perfect Pair. The reason why? Because The Perfect Pair was just beautiful. There was not a wrong thing about this episode. This episode was just so freaking good. It also got different voice actors involved, like Felicia Day playing Applejack's mother. Uh, what's his name? Shit. Who played the goddamn William Shatner? That's his name. William Shatner was another one. They really put that together perfectly. And there's more than one. There's more than one thing in the episode as well. Like more than one moral, I guess you could say. Like you think that the moral, you think that it's just about Applejack's parents, well, the Apple family's, parents. You think it's just about them. Nope. There's actually a moral in it, and that moral is this: be happy with what you have. Never let something precious like, family, you don't ever let anger get in the way of something you're going to regret missing later on in life. Exactly what happened to Grandpere. He let the feud get in the way of, seeing his daughter and seeing that would be his grandchildren, his granddaughter, his two granddaughters and his grandson, from being born and brought into the world. What happened to Applejack's parents? We have no idea, and we will never know. I mean, they could have. There's a number of ways they could have died. Uh, I don't really want to make any assumptions because you guys know how I am. Brony of Horrors, duh. But basically, yeah. That's my favorite episode because it was done so fucking well. And I don't know how they could have done it any more perfect. Honestly, I don't know how they couldn't have. It was just too good. And I'm happy to know that, there's an episode like that. I honestly didn't cry. I actually did not cry, which is honestly really, really surprising. I had like wetness in my eyes, yeah, but I didn't actually cry. What is your favorite? Okay, Turek was a backstabbing user. Speaking of the movie, I hated Grubber as well. Grubber honestly was just there for comedy relief. He was not one of my favorites either, simply because he's annoying. The Perfect Pair actually gave us some Applejack backstory. What is Hasbro hiding from us? The dark side. That's why it's called the Perfect Pair. Duh. What did you think of the MLP Christmas special? I honestly thought it was one of the best. Like, it doesn't count as an episode. That counts more as a special. It was it really was unique, and I find it just a good short. It had a lot of referencing going on in it, but it was just good. Like, it didn't have anything really bad in it, except for Discord, maybe. Because again, his actions really don't need to be so stupid. Uh, but other than that, Best Gift Ever was really good. I mean, lots of Hasbro marketing, of course, because the thing that basically it was the monster that basically Rainbow Dash was supposed to give to Fluttershy. That's a reference to the Gremlins or the Furbies, which is a Hasbro product. Gremlins are basically things that the famous line goes. What do you think of a heartwarming tale? A heartwarming tale. Hang on, I gotta think of that. That was a good episode. I had to think of which one it was. What about the final song in it? I honestly thought that Spike was going to just admit his feelings to Rarity, even though Shari knows that she has a little crush on him. Whoa, what the fuck? Have I ever been to BronyCon? Nope. Never been to a con. And I can't make it, so that's sad, but finances, guys, finances. Just can't make it. But basically, my wish list right now for season 9 is Rara to return. I want to see Babs make a return because we haven't seen her since freaking oh god, Apple Family Reunion. Was that what it was? Something like that. The one with the two shooting stars, basically referencing that Applejack's parents are indeed passed, and now we definitely know for sure. God, I got this little. Ugh. Wasn't that in season 4? I believe so. I'm not sure. It was either season 4 or season 3. It wasn't season 5. Season 4 was all about the keys. I remember that for a fact. And the ones that I get mixed up are always Family Appreciation Day and Apple Family Reunion. I believe it is. I believe it is 4, if I'm not mistaken. But no, it was season 3. Looked it up. I had a feeling it was season 3. Any more questions? I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for 4K subscribers, honestly. Have I ever seen the Milo Dashi the mini movie by Storm FX3? If so, did I cry? Yes, I bawled my eyes out. And funny story with that. That is actually the very first fan content that I came across. Because here's what was happening. By the time I saw this, I was getting into the show. Okay. So basically, I'm thinking anything that I see on YouTube is a freaking gonna be in an episode, and I'm like in season probably 3, 4, something like that. Like just going through the first seasons, and I'm just waiting for them to appear, and then I find out what fan content is like. Oh, but I cried like a baby. Like I was sitting at the laptop just watching it, and my parents are looking over and like, "What the fuck is he crying about?" And I'm like, "I'm okay." You know, I was bawling my eyes out at that final moment. I mean, everybody's got their own dislikes. I don't disrespect Lost for, not liking it. There is some cheesiness to it a little bit, but it's cute to me. So when he has to let her go, that actually did make me a little. It did make me cry. It made me bawl. Do you have any ideas for a month macabre? Not at the moment. I kind of have a kind of sort of idea of something that I want to do. I'm not sure yet. Because I've got this new multi chapter that I'm doing for the Sparrow Reads thing, and it's going to be it's going to be interesting. I don't know how well Sparrow Reads is going to do, but I did make a new intro for it. I'm not. I'm probably going to apply these to all the readings because it needs an update. I posted that to my Twitter if you don't know what if you want to see it. Did you watch Digijex's Yu-Gi-Oh season 1? No. My history with Yu-Gi-Oh is basically my friend and I. Sparrow Reads is that a second channel? No, it's a. You know how there's like a Sparrow Reacts? That's basically kind of the same thing. Sparrow Reads is going to be basically like longer and just plain narration. Like the hardest part about the whole thing has definitely been finding voices for the characters. Like in this one, there's only been like a 5 at the most. Like characters that actually do know their voices. Like OC characters are always the toughest because you don't know their voice and you have to create a voice for them. And my voice doesn't really like to differentiate. Like it doesn't like to go to different tones. Like there's 2 blue bloods in this. One is the older blue blood, who's the father of the older blue blood. Blue blood the 6th and blue blood the 7th, I believe. Let's just say that part 2 is where things really start to get juicy by the end. It's a really interesting story so far. It's incomplete, but I don't think that the author's going to, go away with it. I don't think he's going to drop it. And he's really happy that I'm actually doing it. I don't know if it's actually a he or she. I think it's a he for sure. But it was really good. Like it's good so far. I mean, I'm loving it, but it's going to be interesting how these do. Can you make your character evil? My character is kind of sort of evil. Well, my OC anyway. Is that what you're talking about? My character Inky? Because if you don't know the backstory of Inky, Inky's basically got like darkness in his soul, and while he is an anti-hero kind of character, he does have some evil in him. He doesn't like to be evil, but he can be if he wants to be. Like he's one that doesn't take shit. If someone tries to rob him, oh boy, or kill him, if someone tries to kill him or something like that, that is Inky. My pony form is Inky Hearts. That's my OC. But basically, there's a whole reading on that entire character. I'm not going to spell it out here, even though I have added a few things since then. I just need to kind of get around to writing more on it, which I don't know. Inky, I like that name. Inky Hearts was just a name that I actually did come with right off the top of my head. How did you become a brony, and did you tell your parents that you're a brony? How did they react? I'm going to try and make this as short as I can possibly make it. Basically, my story becoming a brony goes like this. I was in a Facebook like chat group, and someone brought up like a message saying, "Have you seen the latest episode of MLP?" So I'm like, "What the fuck is MLP?" So they tell me, and I'm like, "Oh, I kind of know what that is. I knew mostly about the merchandise." So the merchandise was really all I knew about My Little Pony. I didn't know there was a show. I didn't know there was a fandom. I didn't know anything about that. So I check it out, and pretty much I ended up watching the show. Slowly became a brony. Wasn't fully a brony just yet. Well, I was, but I just didn't want to admit it. Then I got to the season 4 finale. Saw the saw the battle between Tyrek, and Twilight, and that was immediately where I just dropped all doubt at all and just said, "I'm a brony. I'm a brony. I have no shame in it either." So that's pretty much the short of it. My parents caught me being a brony when I was watching an episode. I was in the kitchen and my back was turned away from the window that's like right behind me, and I've got my headphones in, so I don't hear them coming. They look in through the window and they see me watching My Little Pony, and they start singing like the theme song that they know. And So yeah, I'm a little embarrassed, but my parents are very supportive. They didn't have a problem with it because it's just a cartoon, and yeah, ever since then, I've just been doing what I've been doing, and they support it. My mom has officially become the Pinkie Pie of the family, and she literally is Pinkie Pie because she's the fun one. So that's that. I think I saw another thing, but I don't know. I can't. Hang on. Try super chat member chat. Top chat. There we go. My OCS headset. My YouTube channel name, as you can see. Dragon Ball Z actions. Yep. That fight between Turek and Twilight. I basically said My Little Pony just collaborated with Dragon Ball Z. Like that was like super perfect cell with Goku's abilities versus injured Gohan. Like literally that final Kamehameha, the father son Kamehameha, that was literally that battle to me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I was just like, holy shit! This isn't a kid show. What? No, I was literally like that. So I just like dropped all doubt and just basically said I like this show and got into the fandom. You know, it was and I don't regret it. I mean, this fandom's brought me nothing but happiness, and well, there's been some instances where things haven't been the greatest, but I'm not going to name anything because yeah, people say it's a girls only show, and I say I don't see a gender requirement on it. Yeah, you ever see anybody say that? Just tell them to check out the season 4 finale, that battle between Turek and Twilight, and then turn to them and say, "Still think it's just for girls?" Turek and Cell, Turek has Cell and Majin Buu abilities. Majin Buu, the Buu Saga was one of my least favorites. Turek has the Cell ability with being able to suck the energy. Majin Buu was able to turn people into candy, and what was Kid Buu able to do? Eh? Have you ever seen Smile HD? Yes, there's a reaction to it. Honestly, that one was nothing compared to freaking Cupcakes HD. No, 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 no. I liked Smile HD actually because Smile HD was actually it was good. It was dark. It was simple. And it was very anime-ish and just very action-packed. Even though in the end, Pinky just ends up blowing up the world and kills all of them. Out of all the bronies, who has to be your favorite and least favorite reviewer? I'm not really heavily into the analyst community. So reviewers, my favorite would be hang on. What's her name? Lightning Bliss. Because Lightning Bliss looks at things, she looks at the pros and the cons. Most just look at the negative stuff rather than looking at both the pros and the cons. Most look at just negative. But Lotus Moon, let me try that one more time. But Lightning Bliss basically she goes through the pros first, but then she addresses the cons with it. Everything has mistakes, so I like that she's able to do that, and I respect her for that. I also love her OC. Cupcakes had me hurling. Cupcakes HD or Cupcakes the Reading? Cupcakes had me contemplating life. Fuck. Like Midnight Chimes. Ooh. Yeah, Cupcakes HD had me almost sick. Like when I saw, okay, here's how I saw it. I was, like I said, I was just getting into the fandom, so I didn't know about fan-made content. So I see this freaking harmless-looking thumbnail of like Rainbow Dash. Click on it. I regret everything. I immediately start seeing the blood and the gore. I'm like, literally, that was me. That was me. I'm like, what the actual fuck is this? Now, even though I consider Butterflies a way, way worse Grimdark. By all means, I consider way worse because the punishment, while it doesn't make sense, it's not logical. If like, first of all, butterflies don't lay eggs. They basically butterflies. Yeah, it's not Butterflies HD. Butterflies Grimdark Reading by the Lost Narrator. Jesus fucking Christ. The thing with that one was that it was basically a lot of it does not make sense. Butterflies don't lay eggs; they lay larvae. So, and the fact that Fluttershy like puts it right into your like in the what do you call them? The intestines. Okay, here's what would have happened to the butterfly egg. It would have either one got pushed out the end, opposite end, or two, it would have been demolished by, or the thing would have actually died in because of the stomach acid. It would have disintegrated. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. So while it doesn't make sense, it's still a horrible, horrible freaking kill. Well, not a kill, but it's a horrible way to die. Because you're literally just sitting there like this, like you're just sitting there with your arms stretched out and just waiting. And you can feel it in. Oh gosh, it's making me sick right now. You can feel them crawling inside of your skin, and you can just feel it. That would just worst death ever. Worst death ever. I mean, seriously, the fact that you can feel them crawling in your skin. Not a Linkin Park joke. Yikes. Who is my favorite MLP musician? That's easy. Prince whatever. Metal music. He's a metal like guitarist, singer. He's so good. I love his style, and I don't know. I just enjoy his stuff. My favorite one by him by far is probably Frailty because that's one I started with. Favorite MLP song? Oh boy. Show or fandom? Be more specific. Because the fandom has a lot of good songs. But the show, ooh. Oh, I know my favorite. From the show, We're Not Flawless. That freaking song is so good. It's so freaking good. Excuse me. Fandom. I gotta think here. There are so many good ones in the fandom, like it's hard to pick just one. Like I like Loyalty. I like most of Prince Whatever stuff. Some of his stuff I don't like, but most of it I love. Like my favorite song by him is probably Frailty, and second place would be what's the Fluttershy one? Not Letting Go. I just love playing the guitar rhythm to that. I mean, it's fun to play. Did you watch the fuck? Did you watch the TF2 series Dr. Wolf made? No. Minor hearts and her strongest horses all fly. You'll play your part. Raise this barn, apples to the core. Another one could be All Fly because I like the electric guitar in that one. That one's really good. But I don't know. We're Not Flawless. That one's just such a good one. I mean, the opening line to the actual chorus. We're not flawless. We're a work in progress. That is freaking strong. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. So yeah. In the fandom, there is way too many good songs in order to name just one. I mean, I like Prince Whatever stuff. I like Loyalty by oh god, what's his name? Acoustic Brony and Mendo Pony. Shit. What was a Trixie one? Yeah, it had to do with Trixie. I remember that for a fact. It was like a Trixie anthem. Top 10 rappers Eminem was afraid to diss. Twilight Sparkle. Twilight Sparkle, blah, blah, blah. Twilight Sparkle never dissed or rapped. Only Pinky's the one who's rapped that I can count. And I'm a fan of Eminem, so I respect the guy. I mean, he put MGK in its place. Damn it. Any more questions? Any more questions? Yeah, Eminem is a. He's not afraid to speak his words. Pegasus Device, Rainbow Factory, Adventurer, and through and through Sombra's Door. Pegasus Device is an okay one to me. Oh wait, two differences. Rainbow Factory, that one's okay to me. Pegasus Device, definitely better. It's like the fanfics. The better of the fanfics, Rainbow Factory, uh, I don't like it. I don't. Second one that came out, Awoken, 10 times better because it gives it the room that it needs to be, and it like gives it more depth. That's what I'm looking for. It gives it more depth. It allows it to play out how big with the Rainbow Factory should be, instead of stuffing like 9K words into something that should only be like a 5K words. I also did look at Pegasus Device a little bit, the actual fic. Um, I read about probably 5K words into the first chapter. If I ever do this, not saying I'm going to, if I ever do this, I'm running a freaking casting call. There's way too many voices in this in order for me to manipulate. Like the most I can do is probably a high pitched voice, maybe a raspy voice, a random voice, like a villainous voice. Like, why are you not going down? What do you think of Bendy and the Ink Machine? Don't know anything about it. Discord by the Living Tombstone is such a classic. Indeed, it is. Wooden Toaster, I believe, was still in their working progress when they recorded Rainbow Factory. Is it by the same person? Pegasus Device. Pegasus Device was by Sliftstorm or whatever, however you pronounce it. Slifestorm. The one that Wooden Toaster did was Awoken. It was okay. I wouldn't expect that out of your tone of voice right now. Oh, I can go very high. Like that. I have to struggle a little bit, but practice makes perfect. Slith is the pronunciation. Sliftstorm, yeah. I knew I had it correct. You sound like Mickey Mouse. Welcome to my clubhouse. Oh! Yeah, I've gotten that before. I cannot wait for these freaking wisdom teeth sockets to heal so that I can fucking eat some real food. Because right now I'm having to chew with these teeth right here. I have to chew at these teeth in order to avoid it from going back there. But honestly, I don't feel like I got my wisdom teeth pulled out like 2 days ago. Or 3 days ago, technically. Because I only had my two upper ones removed. I didn't have my bottoms. My bottoms don't need removed yet. What inspired you to start YouTube, and why did you want to do fanfic readings? Okay, here's the story with that. When I started YouTube, okay, I didn't even have a channel. Like, I didn't actually have any sort of content on the channel. I just had basically it to like and comment on videos, literally. So, what got me mostly into doing YouTube first was when I was back in the Chipmunk fandom and I was on a team called the Monkcast. I was a writer and co-producer. Or no, not a co-producer, just a producer. Like, just a side producer. I learned a lot while there. I actually, even though I hated it most of the time, it was actually a learning experience. Like a lot of a learning experience. It actually helped me to become a better producer, a better director and producer myself, making my own stuff. But I wrote one special, and it was basically a Halloween special. Shocker, shocker. If you don't know Alvin and the Chipmunks, then you won't understand. But basically, it's a simplistic idea, like basically Alvin's being a little shit on Halloween night, basically pranking anybody he can prank. So they teach him a lesson in return by basically pulling some shenanigans. It's really funny. But then I had a little twist at the end with basically the monster being real and basically scaring the shit out of him. And then all the candy that basically they had gathered on Halloween night, they drop it, and he's like, ha ha ha, works every time. But while I was in the Monk cast, I actually got to talk with a celebrity. His name's Tom Watkins. He was a co-producer on the original Alvin and the Chipmunks. We're talking real shit here. This was a real person who worked on something that's aired on TV. He was also a co voice actor for when basically some because literally how they have to talk into the mic for the voices of the chipmunks and the chipettes is they don't pitch it, they speed it up. So when they're recording the lines, like they talk like this into the microphone, literally. Talk about enunciating on steroids. So yeah, I learned a lot. He was basically picked up at a gas station, and he got to do the opportunity of his life. And eventually, he called it quits because he had kids, so he wanted to move on to better things. But I learned a lot. So when I finally basically told them "fuck you, I'm leaving," because I left on very bad terms. Basically, there was someone I didn't like in the group, and yeah, we didn't get along. So I got blamed for it, but I'm like, fuck you, I'm leaving, I quit, bye. And that's when I started my channel. But basically, I was still in the Chipmunk fandom by that time, and by once I quit, I kind of went into a depression. But Mark Hyder basically opened me to the pony fandom. He added me to a group called Brony Hub, and I felt immediately welcome. Like it was really cool. I felt like I wasn't, just someone being used, and that's the reason why I kind of made my own content because I didn't want to be under someone else's leash, like being forced to do something at their pace. I want to be my own boss, doing things at my pace. Now I just gotta worry about YouTube. That's it. What inspired the survey? Again, kind of. This is really funny because basically my friend Mark Hyder has Ponyhoof, which is like a thing that you can just ponify your Facebook with, and his notification thing for whenever he gets like a notification on Facebook is "Oh Come On" by Sweetie Belle. So basically we were reacting to something, and I'll get back to your question in just a second. Uh, but back to how I got my YouTube channel, like, and how I did fanfic readings. Basically, when I got into the ponies, I basically just decided to try something. I found Lost. Well, first I found Alex side, and I decided to try reacting first. That went pretty good. I still do reactions to this day. It's a lot of fun. So, but then I came across Lost. I mean, as you get more into the pony fandom, the more you learn about the dark side. And then I found the dark side, and then I reacted to some of Lost stuff, and yeah, I basically saw fanfic reading as a thing that I think I could have enjoyed, and I tried it, and voila. Well, I sucked at first. I did a good job. So everybody starts out rough, but hey. So what inspired the survey was Mark's notification with Sweet Belle being so consistent. Like something could happen, and she could come in right at the right moment and say, "Oh, come on," like right at the right moment. No joke. It's like consistent. And these things are not timed. They cannot be timed. They cannot be randomized, or they're just randomized. They come when they come. So that's kind of what inspired the survey. The fact that I felt like something was watching me, a fictional character was like I felt like a character was watching me. So I kind of came up with that idea, mixed it with the Skype call, and the survey was born. Want to call on Discord soon if you have time. Well, what time is it? Probably not because it's 9 here, and normally I go to bed around 11. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not really in a talkative mood, and especially after this because my jaw's actually starting to hurt. But it's all right. Was your real name the beginning of your channel in the beginning? I'm not going to say your real name for privacy reasons. It actually was. And I'm kind of glad I changed it. Otherwise, yeah, that could be bad. So we've been talking about an hour. Well, any other questions? Man, it's fucking hot in here. Oh, my day was good. It was a busy day. I had to basically upload part 2 to the multi-chapter that I've got planned for Sparrow Reads. Um, I added an additional chapter because I read the chapter. It's kind of funny. I did all but one chapter that was posted. I read it. That was basically where I'm like, okay, this is where the story's going to start getting interesting. It's going to it's really going to start going big. So I just decided to record that. I edited it today, re-rendered it, and uploaded it. Then I found one teensy tiny little mistake that I had to use the YouTube editor to get out. The YouTube editor is a fucking pain in the ass to use, but I don't know. It'll come with time. But that's pretty much it. That's really all I've done today. Honestly, it doesn't feel like I even got my wisdom teeth removed. It doesn't hurt. Honestly, it doesn't. Have I ever done a guest reading spot? I don't think so. Well, I've done narrations for others, and I've done voice acting for others. Scribbler had me narrate a story for her, but I don't think I ever really did the guest reading thing. I don't think I have anyway. I mean, if collaborating is a way of like guest reading, then maybe. I mean, there's 2 that are posted on a playlist. If you want to go look at those, just be warned, volume problem, because I didn't edit these. It was the person who posted it to their channel. It's a story called Royal Cuddles. The two of the 3 are posted right now. It's basically a fun little story where basically Enanon cuddles with the princesses. And in the case, it's Cadence, Luna, and Celestia. The only ones that are out are Cadence and Celestia. But it was a lot of fun. But I didn't edit this, so don't expect it to be the best. Like, don't expect it to be my quality. Oh my goodness. Any more questions? Oh dear. I don't know why it's going down. What inspired A Pony's Tale Equestria's Fall? This is an interesting question. Back when I was first joining the fandom, I actually came across the animation. It's still up, and it was called Friendship Was Magic. It's by TRY and I think someone else, but it's an animation where basically it's a what if story. Like, what if Twilight lost her friends? What if all the villains won? What if they took over Equestria as like a band of villains? It's like that, and it mimics that animation a lot, especially the ending to the first part. Still working on it, but I don't know. But that's basically what inspired A Pony's Tale Equestria's Fall. It's not fully like the animation, and that's not my intention. Just like how Chrysalis's Revenge was not intended to be exactly like the Friendship Test, but it is based off of it. But basically, yeah, A Pony's Tale Equestria Fall was based off of that animation called Friendship Was Magic. It's good. It's good animation. Not sure when it was made. Speaking of teeth, I lost my tooth today. Hey, you get free money. What are your thoughts on Fallout Equestria? I don't know it enough to really give any, judgment. So I'm just gonna move on. What are some tips on fanfic reading? Basically, the best thing to do if you're going to get into it, start small. Like, don't start huge like I did. Don't start huge. You're gonna hate it. Start small with something like simple. But with fanfic reading, the point is to just have fun. Learning like learning how to enunciate and like breath control and narrating correct, that all comes with that all comes with just learning. It all comes with just like learning how to control yourself and practice, practice, practice. But for fanfic readings, for one huge tip, always ask the author. Now, if it's something like, oh, let's say cupcakes or butterflies or something like that, something that's been read over and over like a billion times, then you don't have to ask for permission. But it's always nice to ask permission for like newer stories, like the one that I'm reading right now, or Let Her In. That's another big one that's more recent. That's the most popular reading on my channel. Um, what the fudge? Whoa, I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was creepy as hell. That was creepy. Okay. I don't know what that was, but okay, enough. I don't want to spook myself. But basically, the best thing is have fun, take your time, and take constructive criticism if you get it. If you get any constructive criticism, like on something like, your pacing or something like that, take it. It's the best thing you can do. Have I seen Scribbler's comic dub of Rocket to Insanity? Nope. Way too long. So far. Well, I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'll probably get to it in the future. Hey, stop. What made you want to change your YouTube name to Sparrow? This is, okay. Basically, at the time, I was still into Yu Gi Oh! Still am into Yu Gi Oh! What am I talking about? I'm into Yu Gi Oh, but I don't play the game as much as I used to. I'll play like vanilla Yu Gi Oh or Goat format, whatever, however you want. That is a fun. That's when Yu Gi Oh was fun. So basically, in the time when I was like, when I had my YouTube channel just basically for liking and commenting on shit, I created a Yu Gi Oh OC called Sparrow. He used a dragon deck and basically kicked ass. So I really like that name. The 9642 part of it is my lunch number at school at the time. That was my high school lunch number. Still remember it. But basically, Sparrow was a Yu-Gi-Oh badass that basically had the best deck, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. But that's basically the name that I knew the best at the time, so that's what I changed it to. I've debated on changing the name of the channel a few times, like naming it to like a Sparrow Productions, but I feel like that would be copying Scribbler, so I don't want to do that. But I don't know, Sparrow Narrations, something like that. Nah, that sounds stupid. But just something easier to find my channel, because Sparrow 9642, that's actually really, really hard to actually find like via search. Like something a little bit more simpler for people to find my channel, but I don't know. I've thought about it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. It's, I don't know. We'll see in the future. Is there anything else? So yeah, I just look at myself as Sparrow Online, and my name in the future. In the future, what? And my name in real life, only certain people know. Like my closest friends, all they know my real name. But that's basically it. Did you abandon your other channel, Sparrow Reacts? I actually keep that up just in case I do need it. So it's not it is abandoned a little bit, but it's not abandoned for like ever. It's not abandoned forever. Like if I ever get hit by YouTube for some stupid reason, then I have a backup channel to go to. It's kind of like my backup right at this moment. So it is abandoned, but it's not abandoned at the same time. It's like the backup. Hello, Ultimate Red Ranger. More questions, guys? I'm not sure if this is technically a 4K special. I want to do something a little bit more better for 4K because I don't know. And no, I cannot. I can't play like the big games like Resident Evil or anything like that. So don't ask for that. Like, what would you guys like to see for 4K? it can't be a blooper reel because I already have that set for 5K. Like, yeah, I'm way ahead of schedule. What is your favorite MLP fan animation? Fan animation, huh? Well, if I have to say, I would say probably Snowdrop. Snowdrop really, really reflects on me because I'm a disabled person. So the fact that it like depicts that disabled people can do things. We're not just people that are disabled and can't do shit. We actually are capable of doing shit. We can do something. I feel it's a very, uh it's a very uplifting kind of thing, and it makes people that are like disabled, autistic, ADD, anything that makes you disabled or unable to do something, we can still act like humans. Like we can still do great things. It's like this quote that I said. I think that, in my opinion, disabled people are probably smarter than real people, than actual human beings that were born normal. And I'm smarter than the average human because of the fact that there's extra brain tissue in the back of my head. It's just kind of dead brain tissue that acts like it's life, called abnormalities. Anything else? I need a shower bad. Any more questions? If not, I'm probably going to end the stream. At least you don't have MTD. I'm not sure what that is. Something disorder. I mean, I'm epileptic. I have a rare case of how do you say his name? Or how do you say this? Occipital epilepsy, which deals with the vision tract. It's very, very rare. I know how I got it. When I was born, my mom couldn't push me out all the way. So basically, they had to use a vacuum and stick it like right where the abnormalities are and pull me out. And let me remind you guys, I was about that big when I was born. I was a stick figure. I was like a Barbie doll, literally. Multiple personality disorder. Kind of reminds me of Split. Do you have any plushies? Also, how many MLP figurines do you have? All that right there, that's all plushies and figurines and toys and MLP merchandise. So right there, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think the last time I counted, there's like 22 plushies. The figurines, I don't know. I've lost count. But multiple personality disorder sounds a lot like what that guy in Split had, where he has like the 22 personalities? Oh, jeez. Because I remember that movie's ending was like really hard for me to understand. I guess it makes more sense in Glass. I have no idea. Any more questions? Questions. Oh. I mean, what would you guys like to see for the 4K special? Minus blooper reels and hardcore gameplay. What equipment do you use to make your content? I used Blue Snowball for recording, Audacity for catching the audio and editing, uh, Video Pad for rendering, and effects. Well, Audacity also is kind of an effect thing because I can add like an echo effect or something like that. Like Audacity is for recording and mixing. I use the Blue Snowball for recording audio. It's actually a really good one. But for the most recent readings, I have actually resorted to using what I can make out of a sound box, which is just a box you put your microphone in to basically suppress the sound. I used clothes that don't fit me anymore and just stuck my mic in, stuffed it with clothes, and it's worked pretty well. Very well. So, but that's all for when you get, higher into the standings. Like my first mic was a Logitech $20 headset. Yeah. Other than that, that's all I use. Or if you want to go into reactions, I use basically an app on my phone called YouTube Gaming, which is going away soon, so that probably won't be available for very much longer. Am I able to drive? No. My epilepsy doesn't allow me to drive. What is your least favorite MLP fan animation? Ooh, hmm. Not really sure, honestly. If I had to choose one right off the top of my head, I'd probably say Cupcakes HD. I mean, Cupcakes HD, it's unnecessarily brutal and it's disturbing. I can't watch it without possibly getting sick. Not to mention, it's just unnecessarily brutal and it doesn't need to be the way that it is, but it is the way it is. I can't see that. Please say Cupcakes. Cupcakes HD was. It's gory, it's gross. The animation's fantastic, but. Animation, music, fantastic. It's just the visuals that are the parts that. Ugh, they make me sick to my stomach. Alright, I'll go 3 more minutes and then I'm going to close this up because. Yeah, it's getting pretty late. Any questions? What would you guys like to see for 4K? Like, what would you guys want to see for 4K? A gameplay of like an app or something like that? Something that I can handle? I mean, what would you guys like to see for 4K? I'm gonna put my cloak on and go buy a mop and bucket so I can clean my floor every time I hear about Cupcakes HD. What is a fanfic to read? What is a fanfic to read you'd recommend to beginners? Let's see. I think the one is called Three Silly Fillies. It's kind of like a poem. That's a good one. Cupcakes could be a pretty good one. It's a little tricky to do, but it's a good starter. Are you just referring to one? Oh wait, hang on. Let me look at that one more time. Did you say right? Okay. It could be any fanfic. Just anything short, good grammar, simple, not that hard. Just something simple, like not even past maybe about 4K words, maybe about 3,000 words. Just short, simple, easy. Depending on what genre you like, there could be a number of recommendations. Sorry, I kind of want to read fan fictions myself. No, it's fine. I'm happy to. Hello, I don't know what's going on. We're just talking. We're just asking questions. I'd probably like to see a day in the life of video for 4K, if that's okay. What do you mean? I don't really understand what that means. Like a day in the life of me? I'll tell you what, it's actually not that, it's not that interesting. Literally, I just get out of bed, have 2 cups of coffee, watch YouTube, have lunch, watch YouTube. Dear. If you don't mind reacting to the Christine trailer, I would like to see that. Keep it to pony based stuff because that's mostly what my channel revolves around. And also be careful with the copyright, otherwise I could be in trouble again. A day in the life of Sparrow. Honestly, it wouldn't be that interesting. Because literally, I don't really do that much, to be honest. Like, I get out of bed, have 2 cups of coffee, come in here, watch YouTube while drinking my coffee. And if I have work to do, I will. If I have work to do, I'll edit, record. Other than that, I really don't do much. Honestly, I don't. It's literally just your casual day. It wouldn't be anything like interesting. Oh, what? Please, thank you. Why is the YouTube gaming app going away? Because YouTube is basically making it so that YouTube gaming is now online and you can only access it by PC now. So I've been into the MLP fandom for a while now and I still don't have a Pony OC. Should I make one? That's entirely up to you. You can choose to make one. It doesn't have to have a backstory. That's one thing that a lot of people get misinterpreted with, like, OCs. The OC has to have a backstory. That's not necessary. You can have an OC and just have it be your OC. It doesn't have to have a backstory. It doesn't need to have anything like a backstory or anything like that. It doesn't have to have a deep backstory or whatever. And how many times have I said backstory? I think that Pink Unicorn Boy is referring to Gourmet Chef. Or Gourmet Chef. I mean, I could do a Cards Against Equestria live stream. I could play a game for you guys. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I would like to, do. Oh, hey, Ashley. Hey, Sparrow, just wanted to drop. Oh, whoop. Oh, shit. God damn it. I didn't mean to delete that shit. Hey, Sparrow, just wanted to drop by and saying to keep up the great work. I love all of your reactions and commentaries. They are always really interesting. Thank you, Ashley. Really appreciate it. Sorry, I didn't mean to delete your comment. It's just this thing's freaking buggy as shit. The Hello Neighbor demo is free to play. Is it only available on PC? Oh, god damn it. Fuck. But thanks, Ashley. Really appreciate that. Thing is, I'm not really much of a gamer, so it would be kind of weird. It's not really my style of doing things. Like, I'm mostly a simple person that just mostly watches YouTube and just writes stuff. Like, I'm not sure what I would want to want. I'm not sure what I would. It's available on PC and iOS from what I've seen. Shit. Why isn't it ever available on Android? Freaking racist bastards. Racist. Bias. Jesus. Cry money. Is that a sign that I'm getting tired? Little. But yeah. Really appreciate that, Ashley. Thank you for even commenting. I did not expect that. You would have to ask Tiny Build. What? Tiny Build that question. Interesting. All right. Any more questions before I close off? Oh, the developers. What is your favorite sad MLP song, like Great to Be Different by Forest Rain or Between Fairy Tales and Happy Endings? A sad song. Unfortunately, I really don't listen to very many sad songs. So, given the options, I like both of those. Both of those are fantastic. Great to Be Different is honestly an excellent song. So is Between Fairy Tales and bleh, between what's it called? Between Fairy Tales and Happy Endings. Um, actually, I did actually cover that one because that one's about Derpy, best best background pony. Uh, have you ever heard of Night Ranger? How can I not heard? How can I not heard of Night Ranger? I have an '80s mom who's taught me very well. I don't know much about them, but I have heard about them. They're, I think, '80s, possibly early '80s. Not sure. Can you do another Would You Rather video? I would be happy to do that. That's why I'm asking you guys. What do you guys want to see? Well, the Would You Rather videos are both live streams. I mean, I could do Cards Against Equestria. I'd have to get some players for that. Been wanting to do one with Luna Farrell or Rebon Chen for a while now because I've been in like 3 of Rebon Chen or 2 of Rebon Chen's like gaming live streams like while I was waiting to get my live streaming back. Freaking YouTube. I would like to see more subs on your channel because you deserve it. Me too. It's just YouTube's algorithm makes that kind of impossible. Do you have a plan for when or if you hit 10k subs? Not that far ahead exactly. More than likely, I would do like a blooper reel for that because blooper reels are fun. Even though I really don't get much bloopers anymore, like any good ones. But I get them all the time from my VAs, so that's a lot of fun. So for 10k, I'd probably do a blooper reel or something. I will go to about 4 more minutes or 5 more minutes. Yeah, I'll probably do about 3 more minutes and then I'm gonna close this off. So at about the hour and 30-minute mark. Would you rather dance with a zombie or dance with a broom? A broom. Duh, because I don't want to die. Excuse me. Anything else? Anything else? Ladies and gents. Or bronies and Pegasisters. And I know all of you aren't. I know all of you aren't bronies and Pegasisters. Did you see Did I see Article 13? Yes. And I think it's pretty fucked up. What are your thoughts on cloppers? I have no problem with it because basically I have no problem with Clop. The only problem I really have a problem with Clop is when it's full con. When it's like, or if it's like a brother and a sister fucking each other, or say a foal being fucked by like a, even a full fucking a foal is wrong. Anything like that, no, 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 no. That's a big no, 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 no. The question involving the obese unicorn definitely made me think of Twilight from season 1, episode 1. Oh, that one. I had too much pie. But cloppers, if as long as they're doing it responsibly and under the right things for the right things, go for it. I mean, some people take it way too far. I see arts of Apple Bloom getting screwed by Big Mac or Big Mac screwing Applejack, and that really, really bugs me because that is, I don't know, that's just something that's incest technically, and Apple Bloom getting screwed by her brother, also incest and just wrong, like really wrong. So I don't agree with that. But yeah, cloppers. Cloppers are basically bronies or Pegasisters that basically masturbate to ponies. like, lewd art. That's basically what a clopper is. This might be kind of awkward, but have you ever thought about doing Klopvik readings? I've done 2. I don't do them anymore because YouTube, and it's just not something that I really particularly enjoy doing. It's not really my thing. Yeah, I did do 3. My bad. All right. All right, all of you. All right, all of you guys. Yeah, man. All right, everyone. I think I'm going to close it off for now. I'll definitely be live streaming a lot more now that I've got it back. I just figured I'd, reassure you guys, that live streaming is back. Sorry about the interruption earlier, but yep, I think I'm going to call it a night. So make sure you guys stay safe, and happy horrors until the next stream. Bye-bye.